Ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Yes, sir.
Our first carry now for Jordan Howard. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, it's Howard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for 2 here. A toss running left. Clement, and he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll try to run forward with Howard. And Howard stopped short. He didn't get there. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Okay, just like that.
2nd and 9 now. Ertz has it left side. Avoids him at the 40. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. It's brought in by Jeffrey. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
Here are the Eagles now as they're going to go for 2. A toss running left. Clement. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game that 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll begin the drive with Howard. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. This quarterback now already over 200 yards in this first quarter. And he's got another 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it's second down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Carr, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there, a punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers.
Entering highlights.